Lionel Messi isn't human. Crazy skills, insane goals, and even making a bald dude think his hair grew back. These are the 10 times Messi shocked the world. And just wait till you see the skill that announced him to the world. But first, Messi completely destroyed this English legend back in 2015. Now, James Milner is a pretty tough guy. I mean, look at the muscles on him. He's built like a tank. In 2015, he was repping Man City when they came to play Barca in the Champions League. You know Messi's the star man, so whenever he had the ball, the crowd was expecting something magical. And it's pretty common info at this point. You never get close to Messi at all. But Milner was backing himself. The dude probably thought he could ruin Messi's evening, so he came rushing in. And a few seconds later, the guy was eating turf. Ouch! Skill's so crazy, it had Pep thinking he grew a goatee. Milner's even lucky Messi only did this in a flash. But this next guy got one-on-one versus Leo and was burned on live TV. The 2011 Champions League final, Barcelona versus Manchester United, and for the guys at Man U, it was basic stuff. Mark Messi with everything. Even the dudes that built the Great Wall of China would have been stunned by that United block, man. They had everyone falling back whenever Messi had the ball. But it's football. You can't defend for 90 minutes, and it's Messi too. He only needs a split second to change everything. The one time United let it slip, Messi was alone at the byline, and Nani stood in his path trying to block him. And that's when Messi decided to pull off his trusted special skill that left the entire stadium dazed. I could watch this all day. The king of La Croqueta strikes again. Nani didn't even know what hit him. Kinda feels like Messi pulls out these dribbles for fun, man. But in 2017, taking on this next dude and beating him was a must, because it was personal. When Juve faced Barca in the Champions League quarterfinals, the whole world was tuned in for this one. With Messi in the Barca team, he was expected to grab all the headlines, but the dude on the opposing team was stealing all his thunder. See, Paulo Dybala was having an incredible season at Juve, and his goals, assists, and skill comps were so insane, people were legit calling him the new prince of Argentine football. Some dudes even went as far as calling him better than Messi. Damn! Crazy, right? Well, Messi and Dybala came face to face in the match, and all it took was a few seconds for Messi to remind Paulo that while he was the prince, Leo still remained king. Dybala could have broken his ankles trying to get back after that. There's only one Leo. Messi's so insane, everything he does is a highlight reel. Even when he's being nice, he's still grabbing all the headlines. In a 2016 league match versus Celta Vigo, Messi was on the brink of making history. See, he was on 299 goals in La Liga, and after Barca got a pen and the ball got handed to him, this was the chance to make it 300. Messi placed the ball down, and as he began to run up to take the kick, the entire stadium was expecting him to place this one into the back of the net. But instead, it turned into the craziest assist in decades. Oh, come on, that's genius stuff. The last guys that tried this back in 2003 couldn't pull it off. So the balls on Messi and Suarez to hit this one is amazing. Even the Celta Vigo manager was impressed after the game. And it wasn't just the penalty that had my man stunned. Messi invented another genius move that even he couldn't resist applauding. Using the referee as a shield to hit a dribble? That's filthy. And the crazy part? Messi was being nice to the dude. Now, Leo's a pretty chill guy, but in 2015, he just had to turn into a beast and produce a skill move to destroy this legendary defender. Barca versus Bayern, the Champions League semifinals. Despite how big the match was, it had even more riding on it. See, 1 year earlier, Messi was the captain of the Argentine team that lost in the World Cup final to Germany. And because of that, The German captain Manuel Neuer was so confident, he openly said he and his team were going to show Messi who's boss, including Jerome Boateng too. Now, Messi heard all that, and instead of replying back, he decided to let his feet do the talking. And once he had Boateng and Neuer in position, it was game over. Boateng on roller skates and chipping a 6'4" Neuer? I ain't even got words. This guy is a machine. And that's how you answer the trolls. Messi doesn't care if it's one player or a group. He'd take on all of them. Just as the guys at Panathinaikos, Champions League for Barca. And at this point, I'm guessing you know what happened next. They all tried hard to stop Messi from balling. Only this time, there was a twist. For all the other dudes before this, Messi would isolate them in a one-on-one position and roast them. But here, he decided to take on all corners from an impossible angle. It's like he's got a magnet that keeps the ball on his ankles, because how the heck is he pulling that off from there? Kinda feels like Messi has a thing for opponents wearing green. Panathinaikos, and then Real Betis? It was a merry-go-round. The game was done, man. Barca was up 4-0 against Real Betis, and Messi was running the show, literally. With 4 minutes left, he wanted some action with the ball, so he came deep to collect it. The Betis players were probably angry with how dirty Messi had done them all game. So they rushed at him to close him down, and even tried to foul him. But they forgot this dude is the ultimate gamer, and in a couple of seconds, he had them on a joystick. Basic stuff. Never go close to the guy. He'd break your ankles. Even the Betis fans were amazed at what they just seen. I can't blame them. He's that good. But Messi's dribbles ain't just for show. He loves it when they end up in goals too, like this one against his city rivals. Barca versus Espanyol. And if I'm being honest, this one ain't much of a rivalry, because Messi and Barca whip him almost every time. The Espanyol defenders were wise enough not to engage Messi when he had the ball, but there's just no stopping him. And since they weren't coming out, he went straight at him. And what happened next was completely breathtaking. 5 players with close control, and still managed to get a shot away. Genius! Suarez tapped home the rebound, so it technically wasn't Messi's goal. And even though he probably wanted it, I guess he wasn't feeling too bad, man. I mean, he still got the 2.0 of the greatest goal in football history. In 2007, Messi was just a young kid in the Barca team, looking to break out. But because the team had stars like Ronaldinho, he wasn't getting enough game time. Until one day, the coach had him in the start against Getafe. Now, Messi knew this was the opportunity to prove himself. He was already making waves at the La Masia Academy thanks to his skills. But he also knew that if he wanted to go big time, he had to perform on the big stage. And with over 80,000 people in the new camp watching, Messi had them on their feet going nuts, with one of the greatest plays you'll ever see in the game.
Messi. Oh, brilliant skill from Lionel Messi. Surging forward with real menace here. Brilliant from Messi. Oh, what a goal!
Took out an entire team and still managed to score. The fans couldn't get enough of him, especially the Argentines, because that goal was an exact replica of Maradona's goal of the century against England at the World Cup. Incredible! Some even believe Messi's way bigger than Maradona. And me too. I mean, the dude has subscribed to Goal Zone already. That's a fact, and that's why he's a legend.